The Darfur Diaries. Darfur is located in the western region of Sudan with over 6 million people, almost all Muslim. It's the largest country in Africa. This documentary was filmed in the Zagwa region of northern Darfur, home of various African tribes, such as Zagwa, Masalit, Fur, and many Arab tribes. Sudan was a British colony until it became independent in 1984. Under the English, there was no Sudan. After the English left, life was good for a long time. The Darfur people had their own places, own homes. They had camels, goats, cows, and sheep. In the winters, farmers relied on their animals. There were no problems. Darfur and Arab people exchanged marriages. Life was conflict-free, a complete community life. Later, Arab nomads came and grazed their cattle in the Darfur area, but did not bother the Darfur people. The Darfur people would go south to get maize and continued to live well. The livestock was getting bigger, citizens were growing, and farmers needed wider areas to herd livestock and to plant food. The tribal leaders and elders traditionally solved those problems. Tribal conflict in Darfur is not new. However, there were traditional frameworks to solving any kind of conflict. Once Omar Bashir took presidency in Sudan, the Arabs were against the black people of Darfur. The Arabic Sudan government came in and started attacking the civilians of Darfur. Conflicts had begun in the spring of 2003, when two Darfuri rebel movements, Sudan Liberation Movement and Justice and Equality Movement, launched attacks against the government. Military as part of a campaign to fight against political economic marginalization of Darfur. The Sudanese government engaged intense negotiations with the Sudan people to end a 3-decade-long civil war between North and South Sudan. The Sudanese government military responded swiftly and viciously to extinguish the rebellion through coordination military raids with government-armed militia called the Janjaweed, specifically targeting ethnic groups. Over 400 villages were completely destroyed and causing millions to flee their homes. Thousands of Darfur people are displaced and suffering in refugee camps. Antonov planes bombed their homes and schools, hospitals, and police stations. Their wells for water were destroyed. All their animals were taken away or destroyed. This affected the people, especially the children, mentally and physically. Children draw pictures of planes bombing and killing their families. These images are instilled in their memories. It is all they know. They live in constant fear. Females were raped, regardless of age. People are dying from starvation, dying of thirst, and dying from disease and malnutrition. Population is scarce. Thousands die due to starvation, lack of water, famine, disease, and killings. The crude birth rate, estimated 48 to 50 per 1,000 population. Fertility rate, average number of children per woman, is due to massive rapes and/or family planning. The life expectancy is 43 years old to about 47, sometimes only up to 15. Uprooted and displaced people of Darfur migrated to Chad to refugee camps. The big implication is for freedom and safety for the people of Darfur and to let them have their own government, free from Sudan. This all matters because the people of Darfur are suffering under the government of Sudan. It matters because their voices are not being heard. The state of the ongoing debate is that the government of the Sudanese keep continuing the attack of these helpless people of Darfur. The filmmakers stand by the evidence and arguments presented. The point of the film is that the filmmakers are trying to give the people of Darfur a voice.